This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitsky. Well, today is day 3 of the Kern County Fair, but we are experiencing some very unhealthy air quality out there. 17's Kevin Charette is live at the fair. Kevin, how's it looking out there?
Well, Nicole, I talked about it this morning. So if you are going to be out and about today, coming to the fair, particular matter is, especially with those with asthma or underlying lung conditions, is not a good day. So I do recommend masks. We have the air quality warning still in place. In fact, we've extended that until Monday at 11 a.m. And I have to say, this is the first time in my 16 years here in Bakersfield that I've seen the air that bad at sunrise, and this is going to be sticking around for most of the day. I don't think we're going to get any improvements on this until probably late tonight into early tomorrow morning. Nicole?
All right, thanks so much for that, Kevin. Well, just as mentioned, the fair is finally back after taking a year off. Now, here are some of the things you need to know if you're heading out to the fair today. Gates open at 3 this afternoon, and the fun doesn't stop until 10 p.m. And this fair started off on Wednesday, and it will run until October 3rd. There's lots of family fun over the next week and a half. Live music, carnival rides, attractions, monster trucks, rodeos, livestock exhibits, and of course, the food. And if you plan on heading down to the fair, you'll need a ticket. You can purchase those at the gate. Adults are $12. Those 6 to 12 years old are $5, and kids under the age of 5 get in free. Servicemen and women also get in free with a military ID. Or you can purchase tickets ahead of time and skip the line. Head to kerncountyfair.com. Once you buy the tickets, you'll receive a QR code. You can either print it and bring it to the fair, or you can use your smartphone and show that QR code. And a reminder, fair organizers have also provided a quick and easy way to get vaccinated against coronavirus, partnering with Kern County Public Health to offer a free vaccination clinic on site. No appointments are required, and if you get the shot at the fair, you'll also receive a free admissions ticket. The fair will be closed Monday and Tuesday. Fair organizers say they're closing down for 2 days to do a deep clean as a COVID-19 safety protocol. Gates will reopen Wednesday at 3 p.m.
Clinica Sierra Vista is now offering rapid COVID-19 testing and COVID-19 vaccinations. Call 833-278-4584 to make your appointment. But don't delay. Clinica Sierra Vista, putting patients first.
Welcome back. In coronavirus news, a woman is suing Adventist Health to force doctors to give ivermectin to her husband, who was in the intensive care unit with COVID-19. Marcia Renee Howard says in the lawsuit that all others have been exhausted, and she doesn't want to watch her husband Wesley, who is on a ventilator, die. The suit says the hospital refuses to give the drug to her husband, even though an infectious disease doctor wrote a prescription. Ivermectin is approved to treat parasite worms and is also available in a form used on animals, but the Food and Drug Administration has not authorized its use for treating COVID-19 and says current data does not show it is effective against the virus. A hearing on the suit was held yesterday. You can read more about the lawsuit on kget.com. Now to the latest cases in Kern County. According to Public Health, 438 people tested positive, but luckily no new deaths were reported. Our death toll stands at 1,532 lives lost to the virus since the beginning of the pandemic. According to state data, 282 people are in the hospital with the virus. 75 are in the ICU. Well, President Biden discussed the ongoing pandemic during remarks from the White House today. The president announced that eligible Americans who receive the Pfizer vaccine will have access to booster shots. Boosters will be free and easy to find.
The booster shot is free and easily accessible. Booster shots will be available in 80,000 locations, including over 40,000 pharmacies nationwide. So, my message today is this. If you've got the Pfizer vaccine, if you got the Pfizer vaccine in January, February, or March of this year, and you're over 65 years of age, go get the booster. Or if you're have a medical condition like diabetes, or you're a frontline worker like a healthcare worker or a teacher, you can get a free booster now.
Meantime, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have endorsed Pfizer's COVID-19 booster shots for millions of older or otherwise vulnerable Americans. The move opens a major new phase in the U.S. vaccination drive against coronavirus. A panel of advisors made the recommendation Thursday, and CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky signed off on it shortly afterward. The advisor said boosters should be offered to people 65 and older, nursing home residents, and those ages 50 to 64 who have risky underlying health problems. The extra dose would be given once they are at least 6 months past their last Pfizer shot. Well, taking a look around town now, California Highway Patrol officers are conducting an operation today to help prevent pedestrian fatalities. This is not the right video. We will get that to you. Well, CHP says its pedestrian safety operation will target drivers and pedestrians who fail to yield to the right-of-way traffic or are otherwise being unsafe. Officers are dressed in casual clothing, being used as decoys to cross the street.
It's very important that we get the message out to both motorists as well as pedestrians about the importance of being safe out here on the roads.
Today's operation is taking place on busy crosswalks in East Bakersfield and in Oildale. Now, according to CHP, they have investigated 18 pedestrian fatalities in Kern County this year. And 17's Taylor Schaub is joining us now because there is some big news with this air quality. It is affecting a lot of football games.
Yeah, there's something we've been monitoring all day, right? The air quality, Kevin Charette says it's the worst it's been in maybe 16 years.
I mean, have you been outside? I'm sure you've been outside. It is just this weird orangey glow. You can just feel
it's
your
almost
lungs.
Apocalyptic when you are out there. So a huge concern was, are we going to be able to play these football games today? Originally, they were pushed back until 8:30, at least varsity start times for KHSD. And then they came out a little bit ago. They said that they were canceling all games in town tonight, all athletic activities until at least 10 a.m. on Saturday. There is a possibility for makeup games, but this does affect a pretty good slate of games. We have Foothill at Bakersfield High School, California City at Miramonte, South at West, Frontier at North, Shafter at Taft High, and Arvin at Kennedy. Those are the games affected. There will still be some games played tonight, at least so far. We don't know. These are some of the other districts that can make these decisions. We've heard, at least as of about an hour ago, that Wasco and Delano, that will still be played in Delano. We're still waiting to hear about BCHS. They're playing in Tulare County. Stockdale, they're at Moore Park. That's Ventura. So they should be good to go. The air quality, obviously a lot better there. We kind of wish we were there right now. But this is a huge thing, right? Games do not get canceled in Kern County. They get pushed back quite often because of the heat, sometimes because of the air quality. But games have really not been canceled outside of COVID in a long time here in Kern County.
I was just going to say, Taylor, what does this mean for all those football teams out there? I know with COVID, it was already hard for them trying to get all these games in. Now having this, just canceling all these games, what does it mean for the season? It's
incredibly difficult. First and foremost, we should just talk about that because the trials and tribulations of this season have been so hard for these kids. Let's not forget that they only played 5 games last spring. A lot of seniors lost their season. A lot of juniors didn't get the time to develop. They come in here. So many kids have already lost games due to COVID-19. So if these games aren't made up tomorrow, that's just another thing to add to the list that have affected kids over the last 2 years. And these are games that for seniors may not ever be made up.
Well, definitely something you'll be monitoring as long as us, especially with this air quality as well. So thanks so much for that and explaining that to us, Taylor.
Absolutely. We're hoping for games tomorrow morning. And of course, if we do, and we have a full slate, we'll have them all FFX on Sunday, the expanded edition.
We're looking forward to that. The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.